Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to lesson 8.1.3 on simple combined meter. So, for most of the rhythm stuff we've been staying in a regular meter, dividing into twos, simple meter, or threes, compound meter. Last unit, we looked at irregular meter where we switched between twos and threes. And all the microbeats stayed the same length. Now we're doing the opposite. We're switching between twos and threes, but the macrobeat is staying the same length. So like 1D, 2D, 1 key da, 2 key da, 1D, 2D, 1 key da, 2 key da. And that's called combined meter, where the macrobeat stays the same, but the division of the macrobeat changes between twos and threes. So all of these patterns are going to look familiar. The only difference is that if you have patterns that don't belong in the home-based meter, they're going to be marked with some sort of number. This is called a tuplet because it is marked with a number to indicate that it's not in the global meter type. So this is simple. That means that these are compound divisions hiding in a simple meter. You could have tuplets with any number. You can have 5s, and 7s, and 8s, whatever. All it indicates is that it's going to be a different number of divisions than you would normally expect, which was 2 or 4 if you're doing 16ths. So, to say this, or this rhythm would sound like this. 1, 2D, 1D, 2, 1, 2 key da, 1 key da, 2. So that's how it would feel. I kept the simple divisions throughout. However, if I were actually trying to say this rhythm and practice doing that, I would probably switch to thinking like compound meter here, even though other parts of the music are probably going simple. So this is what my internal subdivision might be like. 1, 2D, 1D, 2, 1, 2 key da, 1 key da, 2. So by switching the subdivision early, that helps ensure that I more accurately say the rhythm. However, you can't always do that. Like here, you have to just switch right from one to the other. 1, 2D, 1 key da, 2. And at that point, you might just keep macro beats. 1, 2D, 1 key da, 2. Record yourself, listen back to yourself, make sure you're keeping that macro beat steady. If you start messing with lengths and rhythms, then you're not saying the rhythm right. So, when you're writing tuplets and simple meters, the number indicates the number of notes you're trying to squeeze in. So 3/8 squeeze into the space that 2/8 notes would normally fill. Normally it'd be 1, 2D. Here it's 1, 2 keyed up. You should always use a rhythmic value that is larger than the available space, and just the right amount larger. So 3 fits in 2. Here, 3/16 notes would fit in 2/16 notes, the space of 2/16 notes, and then you'd still have an 1/8 rest left, so that's wrong. Here, 3 quarter notes would fit in the space of 2 quarter notes, and you'd have an extra quarter note in the measure, so that's wrong. 3 squeezes into the space of 2. The same principle applies to other note sizes, so 6 would squeeze into 4, it's the same ratio, so 1 key to 2 vikiti dama, even though it's a simple meter. 1 key to 2 vikiti dama. That's what's going on there. And go ahead and practice with this. I'll see you next time.